Hello, everyone. I'm back. So I know the last topic was pretty tough. Being that it was babies, three at that, four live total loss. This one is not to say any more lighter, but this young lady here, Courtney. This has been a case that's been going on for a little time now because there's been some discrepancies or they're waiting on video. She claims it's self-defense, but as you can see in my banner at the bottom there, according to her attorney, she claims that her boyfriend, this gentleman right here, um assaulted her earlier that evening. To me, that makes no sense. If it was earlier that evening, how are we claiming that's self-defense? But let me pop up this video and we're just going to go through the motions. We're going to also watch what is it called? The surveillance video of her in the elevator attacking him. So here we go. Let me pop this up real quick. Okay, let me take this banner down. Okay, so here we go. My crickets are chirping. Here we go.
Model going before a judge today in Hawaii and prepared to return to South Florida to face murder charges.
She's being charged in the stabbing death of her boyfriend 4 months ago. And we're also seeing the video of just how volatile their relationship was. Local 10's Christian De La Rosa live now from the state attorney's office with what else was revealed today. Christian.
Calvin, the state attorney's office is trying to build a case here in which this Instagram model and her boyfriend had a relationship that was plagued with domestic violence and that she was the aggressor and he would be her fatal victim.
Miss Clenney will waive her right to an extradition hearing.
Are you guys able to hear the audio?
Thursday night in Hawaii, where she was denied bail and will not fight her.
I want to make sure you can hear the audio with mine on mute because my little lizard crickets is deciding to go crazy right now. So let me know if you guys cannot hear the audio.
Extradition to Miami for trial. Back in South Florida, the Miami-Dade state attorney releasing this new video showing the social media model and her boyfriend Christian Abumseli. They say it proves he was her victim. But this violent encounter in the elevator of the couple's luxury Miami high-rise happened weeks before detectives say the 26-year-old woman stabbed and killed Abumseli back on April 3rd.
Defendant Clenney called 911 to tell the police that Christian was suffering from a stab wound. Christian can be heard in the background repeatedly saying that he was dying.
Detectives say Clenney, who was tracked down
in Hawaii and arrested just this week, intentionally stabbed the 27-year-old man in the chest with a kitchen knife while he was unarmed.
It was a downward strike with a knife.
But investigators say the Instagram influencer turned murder suspect told them a different story.
She threw the knife at him from a distance that she estimated to be about 10 feet.
Clenney's attorney tells Local 10 News it is a shame that...
Wait, so she's basically trying to say she was playing darts, right? And it just happened to land in that downward angle. Girl, bye.
The state attorney's office is seeking to win this case in the court of public opinion by showing an irrelevant and likely inadmissible video of Courtney in an elevator getting physical. Abumseli was the abuser, the worst kind of abuser. This is a case of self-defense. The facts that will be presented at trial will prove this. Abumseli's loved ones were also here at the state attorney's office today. Their attorneys speaking on their behalf, telling us they've been looking forward to this day for months. Live in Miami, I'm Christian De La Rosa, Local 10 News.
So, Preach, you are in Florida. Have you heard of this case? Have you heard of this? Because the stabbing happened in April. Have you heard of this case? Because it's been ongoing, and I thought, you know, I didn't think she was going to get charged. I thought they were really going to just say, hey, this is domestic violence, not domestic violence, I'm sorry, a self-defense case, you know, not to be like that, but come on, pretty girl, blonde hair, model. So let me know. I'm putting the link in the chat right now, Caprice. I thought I did already. But let me know if you've heard of this case. I'm also going to pop up this next video. And the one after this, you're going to hear her neighbor's perspective on it. So she can't run from it too much, you know. So here we go. I hate when I'm not on here for like, I swear, if you just take 3 days off, it's like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, here we go. Is it up there for y'all? Okay. I'm trying to play with the different viewpoints. Yeah, let's try that for a change. So it's kind of like a reaction video, I guess, you know? Tired of the like little corner, and let's try out something different, y'all. All right, so let's play this. I did toss the link in the chat.
With millions of followers, now she's charged with murdering her boyfriend. She's claiming it was self-defense, but prosecutors have released this video of the model fighting with her boyfriend that they say proves she was the aggressive one in the relationship. Here's Amber Cogliano.
We're going to watch it full out.
It's shocking video. A young woman fights with her boyfriend in the elevator of their Miami apartment building. She repeatedly hits him and throws punches. At one point, he pushes her away. The woman is 26-year-old Courtney Clenney, a popular Instagram model with 2 million followers.
Do you need a boyfriend? No, you don't.
Clenney hit the headlines in April when she allegedly stabbed her boyfriend to death in their apartment.
See, this is why I didn't think she was going to get charged with anything. One thing, she has 2 million followers. It's taking a minute. Hold on, I'm going to have to mute you real quick. It was taking forever to get any information out of this situation. She was claiming self-defense. She's still claiming self-defense. But when you look at this video, and I do have just the elevator video by itself, so we'll look at that as well. I'm going to unmute you though, Preach. But did you hear about this case?
Yeah, you brought it up. You brought it up before.
A while ago. Well, not a while, but this happened in April when it first happened, and it was like, what? But nothing was really coming of it until recently. So let's continue.
Clenney claims she acted in self-defense after her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli, attacked her. But now, a bombshell new development.
We are charging 26-year-old Courtney Taylor Clenney with 1 count of second-degree murder in Christian's death.
Prosecutor Catherine Fernandez-Rundle played the elevator video shot 2 months before Obumseli was killed at a news conference on the case. She says the couple had a violent and toxic 2-year relationship with arguments so fierce the building management were planning to evict them.
The video, we felt, was just a very descriptive way to show what the relationship was and who was the aggressor.
The day Obumseli was killed, it was Clenney who called 911.
On that 911 call, Christian can be heard in the background repeatedly saying that he was dying.
See, but even that little push he did, they'll try to be like, oh, well, he's an investor, but we are going to break down the video. But I was just like, I hope it doesn't just get washed away. But it seems like this woman is like, no, we're not playing that here with you, young lady. You know what I'm saying? She seems like
she seems like she's no nonsense. That's what they call it.
Yeah, no nonsense. Like, no matter what you think is going on, we know, we see the relationship. We're going to hear from another neighbor. So let's see.
Clenney is also heard saying, "I'm so sorry."
According to the prosecutor, Clenney.
You heard that? He's saying, I'm dying. I'm dying. He's saying, I'm so sorry, baby. But then she says, from, I guess, the autopsy, she says, you know, it's like he's on the floor and it's in a downward stabbing motion. Okay. She's saying from like 10 feet, she threw the knife and that's how it killed him. Unless you're like a professional, like dart thrower, one of those axe throwers, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop it, girl. Stop.
No, that's a skill. That doesn't happen by accident. Chances are, if you just throw a knife at somebody, the end or the back will hit them or something. You gotta like know
exactly. And if it's gonna go in, it's literally gonna go in like bam. You know what I mean? Like bam. It's not gonna hop and curve. I mean, maybe it can. I ain't a forensic scientist.
I don't know how to throw
to be one, but I don't think it's gonna be like no.
Yeah, I don't know how to throw a knife.
At her boyfriend from about 10 feet away. But forensic evidence allegedly shows otherwise. Clenney was arrested in Hawaii, where her lawyer says she was in rehab for substance abuse and
Let's not act like we didn't hear that.
Wait, she got sent to Hawaii for rehab. You know how expensive that is?
For substance abuse.
Yeah,
but
you know
let's not act like we don't know she has 1 million followers on Instagram or whatever it is. She's a OnlyFans model. Who knows what other platform she has? So she's like, oh, I'm gonna go to Hawaii and I'm gonna go to rehab. But yes, still she's doing this. I was trying to look into exactly what the rehab is and stuff like that. I was trying to see if it was more harder drugs or just alcohol. I don't know.
Naomi, there's only one NA and there's only one AA. It's just
yeah,
NA.
But they just said substance abuse.
That's
rehab.
NA. That's NA. Rehab. It's just they just don't call it NA. But okay. So NA and AA.
Narcotics Anonymous,
organizations.
Alcoholic Anonymous, or something.
Yeah, they're nonprofit organizations, and they run solely on the people that are trying to stop doing what they're doing. Period. There's no money. It's no incentives. It's just they might get donations from people. You know what I mean? But for the most part, people like the speakers and stuff, they'll fly themselves to events and shit to go speak to people. But being in a rehabilitation clinic, that's different than the NA and the AA because you
NA
come out of pocket.
AA are just meetings, right? Like
it's people. It's free. That's the biggest difference. It's free.
Okay.
It's free because it's provided by the people. It's nonprofit. So, but those retreat places, like where celebrities go, those are like camps, like rehab camps. You know, it's like a campus. You never seen one of those places?
I mean, I see like the little, like on the commercials, it's like, oh, this rehabilitation, whatever. But I just don't feel like it would really look like that inside. They make it look like
they look like you've never. Okay, there's a rehabilitation clinic called New Beginnings.
I've heard of that, but I heard. What case was I doing? I was doing some case with someone that was going like from different of these like expensive ones, and they treat them like it's a jail. They don't. It looks. They explain it to be nice. You're at a retreat. You get to relax. But they were explaining. I got to go back. And I wasn't doing YouTube. This is just me doing my own research. And before I was even doing YouTube, how I got to, whatever. They were like making it seem like this was a luxury place, but they were doing it like a jail. To where even they were saying jails are better because if you need a certain medication, they would give it to you. But at this place, they were like letting people detox cold turkey, not giving them the proper dosages, giving them too low of a dosage, or giving some people too high of a dosage to just knock them out. Like it was just like what is it? They said it looked like a psych ward there, but they were like advertising it like it was this great oasis, this nice getaway, and it was just like, no.
It looks like a vacation spot.
Right, but that wasn't the case.
The way they handle them like addicts. They have to handle them like people who do not make good decisions a lot.
Okay.
You know? So they're in an environment where people can make good decisions for them until they get to a point where they're like, hey, I can make these good decisions by myself. And then that's the hope of it.
I know, but would you, I don't know. I would just think if I was in a situation to where, you know, you're paying money to go to these places, they wouldn't make people suffer. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, though. Nursing homes are paid for, and there are stories about people mistreating the elderly.
Oh yeah, and you know,
The same thing with people on the spectrum that might have autism.
Right.
I mean, there are just certain nasty people in the world who take full advantage of people who are vulnerable, and unfortunately, there are people like that. Hopefully, the numbers are really low, but.
Right.
And there's more people like speaking out and like making
I
telling
feel
on their coworkers and shit, you know.
I feel like the numbers are going unseen.
Oh yeah, that's even worse. It's not even not undocumented. That's scarier.
Because I'm experiencing, you know, it in my own family with a certain group of family members that are constantly targeting the elderly in my family for monetary gain. So it's disgusting. And then it's not like they're going after monetary gain with taking care of the person. They're mistreating the person till they die. And then like, oh, let me go collect. So we're getting off topic here. To go back to Courtney, she's in Hawaii going to this rehabilitation center. Who knows what this young man has seen and dealt with her, dealing with her substance abuse issues and trying to handle her and like just be there for her. And she's spazzing out because that's what it looks like in this what is it called? Elevator. It looks like she's just going at him, not like, look, homeboy, it is what it is.
She don't look scared to me.
No, she don't look scared at all. She's attacking him. He's literally like having to push her off, and she don't look that big. Like hey, let's go. Let's keep going.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yesterday, she was wearing a black tank top and looked close to tears at a hearing. And post-traumatic stress allegedly shows otherwise. Clenney was arrested in Hawaii, where her lawyer says she was in rehab for substance abuse
and post-traumatic stress disorder. Yesterday, she was wearing a black tank top and looked close to tears at a hearing to extradite her back to Miami.
Can you please tell me your full name?
Clenney will not fight extradition. Her lawyer says there is clear evidence of self-defense, claiming that Obumseli attacked her and choked her that evening, and that Clenney had no choice but to meet force with force. But the prosecutor says this explosive video proves she was the aggressor in the volatile relationship.
Courtney, Clenney's defense attorney called that fighting video irrelevant because it doesn't show what happened the night of the stabbing. It says it will likely be inadmissible at the trial.
It doesn't matter to me if it's admissible in court. It shows her character. It shows what he would have to be dealing with on a regular basis. It shows how he would have to try to get her under control on a regular basis. It shows her being, you know what I'm saying? So,
I mean,
what do you think about that video? Them saying this was 4 months prior to her killing him. What do you think about that?
I mean, the thing about court once the judge says it's inadmissible.
No. The judge didn't say it was inadmissible. They're saying it probably will be inadmissible in court. But with just looking, with just looking at my little lizard, like hopped on his butt and tried to jump out. But with just looking at that, how do you feel about that relationship going on? Because we're gonna go right now and we're gonna look at her neighbor's response.
All right.
But yeah, go ahead.
I mean, if it's it's going to be the prosecution, right? Yeah, the prosecution, right? Who will be on the opposite side of her? If they make a viable enough case on how that piece that footage speaks to her character, like you just said, if they can word it right, then the judge will be like, okay, that makes sense. It's legal, because it's like, you know, the judge kind of you have to kind of plead your case with certain evidence with a judge,
right?
You know what I'm saying? You gotta explain to them
they
like
need to
why.
Be biased.
Yeah, they can't be biased, so they have to everything you want to present. No, you're right. They can't be biased, so everything you present, they have to analyze it and not just let it be. You know, they have to, you know, vet it properly to make sure it's in proper legal context, right? So
yes, read between the lines. They can't just jump to conclusions and just take who's ever whatever, you know. So
fair balance, right?
What the neighbor has to say. Is neighbor up there? Let's see. Hey, neighbor.
It's a painting that's uncomfortable to look at.
Angry and chaotic.
It's the same way Aiden Nesvisky says it arrived on his balcony.
And it came crashing down, and it was pretty scary.
Nesvisky says his neighbors threw the painting onto his 10th floor balcony during a violent dispute from their penthouse apartment. Fights were frequent in the nearly 2 years they lived above him.
Behind closed doors,
that's a nice penthouse.
Hearing some shouting, yelling. We don't know who was.
It better be nice if she got 2 million and some followers on just one platform and has OnlyFans and has this. Hey, yo, let's turn up.
Starting what? We didn't get a lot of context. Occasionally we would hear some glasses break and some banging on the walls, floors. Not sure, you know, who is doing it.
Thursday, authorities in Florida charged Nesvisky's former neighbor, 26-year-old social media star Courtney Clenney, with stabbing her boyfriend, Christian Toby Abumseli, to death.
I just want people to know that it had been going on for a long time, and it definitely could have been stopped.
Nesvisky says police were called on the couple multiple times when they lived here at Berkshire Riverview in South Austin. But when they moved to Florida earlier this year, Miami State Attorney Catherine Fernandez-Rundle says the violence continued, getting so bad their building was prepared to evict them.
The violent and toxic 2-year relationship of Christian Obumseli and Courtney Clenney did not have to end.
Did she say 2 years?
It was like that for 2 years.
Did she say 2 years?
Yeah.
Christian Obumseli.
Getting so bad their building was prepared to evict them.
The violent and toxic 2-year relationship Christian Obumseli did not have to end in tragedy with Christian's murder as a victim of domestic violence.
That's why Nesvisky, whose former roommate, now keeps the tiger in a storage locker, because he's talking about the tumultuous 2 years he spent living alongside, even attending a music festival with a couple he says otherwise seemed friendly and normal.
It is domestic violence. I mean, if you hear something, see something, say something, you never know, you know, what's going on behind closed doors. It's a really sad situation, and I think ultimately it could have been avoided.
In a statement, Clenney's attorney called this a...
And just like the story we heard before this, with the 3 children that lost their lives, along with their father committing suicide because of domestic violence He was with this girl for 13 years. I correct myself from saying 17. 13 years, he says. She constantly was giving him, constantly cheating, gave him STDs, just not being a good companion. And he ended up saying, you don't want to talk to me? This is going to be the outcome. I'm going to kill our kids and I'm going to kill myself, and that's it. So we need to start. You may love someone wholeheartedly. And I'm saying I've been in relationships where I couldn't see on the other side of the fence. But being out of the relationship, stepping back, it may take 6 months, even a year, 2 years, but eventually you'll see like, whoa, I really didn't need that person, And it may happen to you multiple times, but you got to learn when to step back, because this is what happened. People lose their lives. Multiple lives are taken. Children's lives are taken. Like, this is just unnecessary.
Case of self-defense, writing, and I'm quoting here.
Sorry. But if sometimes people say, okay, I'm upset to the point where I'm fuming, just to take that 5-second count can sometimes change a whole entire situation. Because I've been very, very mad. Sometimes, I can't turn it off. But sometimes I'm like, whoa, calm down. Like, this is really not that serious. And who knows what the argument they got into could have been something very minute, but it's been ongoing and ongoing and ongoing. So we need to learn how to talk to our partners. That way we don't have the bigger things festering. And when something little happens, it's like, whoa, she blew up. And now I'm in the hospital type deal. So I don't know.
Confident she will be exonerated and Courtney will be seen for what she is, a victim of domestic abuse that survived her abuser. We also reached out to Obumseli's attorney. We haven't heard back. Live in South Austin, I'm Shannon Ryan, sending it back to you in studio.
What do I want?
So, with seeing that,
The social media model going before a judge today in Hawaii.
Right now, she's completely saying this is self-defense. You guys haven't seen it all. Do you think, honestly, this... Okay. Like, I have a bruise on my leg. Ain't nobody hit me or anything like that. I just get bruises. Like, but do you think he really could be abusing her and no one sees it? She's on camera all the time. If this is the case, detectives should be able to go on her OnlyFans, her Instagram, her any of that, and catch some of that. You can't always put the makeup on perfectly and we just don't see nothing. Within these 2 years, if he's this big abuser, we should see something. Time she had to take off something. They need to really investigate, because I wouldn't want her to be being abused and her really defending herself. And we're all like, oh, no. We just seen this one elevator clip and now we're blaming her. No. We need to see the full of what's going on. Facts over feelings, period. What's up, Aaron? What's up? You over here?
Now, I don't think
magnifying glass, buddy. I love you, Aaron. Ain't nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna keep it real.
I don't think
you be doing your thing though.
I think my man. I don't think my man was hitting on her. I don't think he was hitting on her.
I think he really probably, just looking at him. Let's just look at him real quick, and we can't just go off the looks for real.
Let's judge him.
We can't really just go off. We can't.
Makes it easier.
So that's him.
Okay.
And
the regular guy.
I don't know how that would turn out to you guys. It's the top right-hand corner. That's him. Only bell on screen. Boom. So I just see him finding this girl that he really just finds attractive. She's like, oh my God. Like, you know what I mean? I see him being head over heels for her. I don't see him beating her. I don't. But I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything like that. We do not know. What are your assumptions?
Look, listen. No, if she's kind of small. If she was stabbing him, she probably started stabbing him when he was sleeping or something.
No, that's not what they said. They said it seems like, when they got into this altercation, it looks like he probably was like on the floor, like protecting himself, and she downward stabbed him. I don't know if there was like multiple stabs. I'm still waiting on like that breakdown.
Naomi, look. All right. Big knife coming at me. I'm going like this. She hits me a couple times and then hits me.
But are you standing up? Because they're saying
okay.
The way the forensics are making it seem is he's not standing up and she's stabbing. That's
he's laying down like this.
Like he's on the ground protecting himself.
Yeah. So she could have hit him anywhere.
Protecting himself, not upwards to where it's like a downward stab.
I know. She's
doing
like
what I'm
this.
saying? So
she's going like
that
this.
is a vulnerable position. This isn't him striking her and she's just like ram and stab him in his stomach or from the back, or you know what I'm saying?
Do you think maybe she was like? Do you maybe think like she was sitting on his lap while he was laying down, and then she just took the knife out of nowhere, like a movie?
But they would know that positioning. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hear. I have the 15-minute press conference. She's gonna talk about it all. So we'll be able to hear that actually next. That's next. After this little 2-minute of her going to be in the courtroom. So I don't know if we're going to let her play Miss Innocent Pants here.
I might get a cup of noodles in the middle of this. Just
go
saying.
ahead, get your cup of noodles. I'm going to take this. I
don't want it right now.
Okay. I think I heard about this incident. STDs. Yeah, that's out. That's out. We've been together 13 years. Mm-hmm. We have a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old.
We had a good life, didn't we? We had a good life.
Why am I receiving STDs? But at this time, they're saying that he, not this couple. We're talking.
Oh, I thought you were talking about us. I thought you were talking about me and you.
Boy, bye. So, why are we getting any STDs? Let me know you want to step out because you could do what you want to do. We could still be in here co-parenting, but let me go do me. Because I know I want to be in a monogamous relationship to where I could just, hey, turn up. I ain't got to worry about all that. I know you testing, I'm testing, and we good. I don't want to have to be worried about, I don't want you to kiss me. I don't want you to, I don't want to I don't want to worry about that. I need to be able to trust the person I'm with. That's Preach. Wait. You lucky this one ain't monetized because I'm gonna have to tell you about watching your mouth. But this one's cool.
I didn't say nothing. I
just
happened to have something closer to my camera.
No, F that. Why do I need to wrap it up with somebody I'm with for 13 years and got 3 kids with? 420. I ain't trying to put you on blast. But bro,
I'm saying if you're gonna step out, wrap it up, man. That's the least you can do.
If you're gonna step out,
that's the least you can do.
Wrap it out, do whatever you want. But if you're gonna step out, just don't think we about to be dipping and dabbling.
No, yeah.
So I need you could not wrap it up. I just don't need to deal with you no more.
But see, people gotta stop lying.
I'm good.
People gotta stop lying. Not too much.
I'm good. Like it's not that serious. I understand some people like I gotta have it, but no. Judging from his name, he must be West African. I don't know if he's West African. I don't know where he's from, but there is a lot of African cultures that either have multiple wives, multiple situations, and are very abusive, alcoholics, things like that. Just from some of the cases I've looked into. That doesn't mean this is this man, though. So I do not know. I'm not going to put anything, against him or say, oh no, just because he's this, it could be this. I don't know. What are you saying by that comment, Aaron? Are you saying that means he possibly can be
model going before
abusive or what? All right, here we go.
Judge
today in Hawaii and prepared to return to South Florida to face murder charges. She's being charged with the stabbing death of a boyfriend 4 months ago. And we're also seeing the video of just how volatile their relationship was.
Yes,
Local 10's Christian De La Rosa live now from the state attorney's office with what else was revealed today. Christian.
Calvin, the state attorney's office is trying to build a case here in which this Instagram model and her boyfriend had a relationship that was plagued with domestic violence and that she was the aggressor and he would be her fatal victim.
Miss Clenney will waive her right to an extradition hearing.
Courtney Clenney in court Thursday night in Hawaii, where she was denied bail and will not fight her extradition to Miami for trial. Back in South Florida, the Miami-Dade state attorney releasing this new video showing the social media model and her boyfriend Christian Abumseli. They say it proves he was her victim. But this violent encounter in the elevator of the couple's luxury Miami high-rise happened weeks before detectives say the 26-year-old woman stabbed and killed Abumseli back on April 3rd.
Defendant Clenney called 911 to tell the police that Christian was suffering from a stab wound. Christian can be heard in the background repeatedly saying that he was dying.
Detectives say Clenney, who was tracked down in Hawaii and arrested just this week, intentionally stabbed the 27-year-old man in the chest with a kitchen knife while he was unarmed.
It was a downward strike with a knife.
But investigators say the Instagram influencer turned murder suspect told them a different story.
She threw the knife at him from a distance that she's estimated to be about 10 feet.
Clenney's attorney tells Local 10 News it is a shame that the state attorney's office is seeking to win this case in the court of public opinion by showing an irrelevant and likely inadmissible video of Courtney in an elevator getting physical. Abumseli was the abuser, the worst kind of abuser. This is a case of self-defense. The facts that will be presented at trial will prove this. Abumseli's loved ones were also here at the state attorney's office today. Their attorney speaking on their behalf, telling us they've been looking forward to this day for months. Live in Miami, I'm Christian De La Rosa, Local 10 News.
So, for those of you that didn't see that part, I do want to read this though. So, it says, the details of the murder. Her echo. Following the confrontation at their apartment complex, at their apartment complex in Miami, posh Edgewater district, Courtney, who has 2 million Instagram followers, is accused of stabbing Christian, I can't say his last name, so Christian, in the chest on April 3rd. As was previously mentioned, Courtney called the police at 5 p.m. April 3rd to report that her partner had been stabbed in the shoulder. Dang, how could that kill you? But okay. According to Courtney's attorney, Christian grabbed her by the throat, forcing her to stab him. The two, So, okay, now this is going to make a big turn. Okay. The two, he insisted, had been estranged at the time of the incident, and Christian had pursued her for a number of weeks. Before the attack, her pals have also claimed that she was abusive in her connections with her later partner. So this also changes it up too. If she was abusive to her other partners, why wouldn't she be abusive to him? if her pals are saying this. Do you see what I'm saying? Why does that just make him be the abuser? Anyway, however, Christian's family and friends have refused her legal team's assertions that she is a victim of domestic violence. In an earlier interview with the Rolling Stone, Pedro says she tried to offer first aid the best she could. She contacted 911 in an effort to save his life. She became covered in his blood. Okay, that's all that part says. But okay, with hearing that part, if her pals are saying, you know, her other partners were abused by her, do you think she just, this is an assumption, becomes under the influence of whatever and then becomes volatile?
I mean, if okay, let's do it like this. I'm not saying that every time you see that someone has a past, it automatically means they did something else. That's not what it means. But I mean, if we're all in this game trying to survive, we're gonna stay away from the risks, right? So what's riskier? Somebody that has a past of doing something, or somebody that doesn't? Like, let's be real.
Right.
Are you gonna gamble on
the
person?
But I wouldn't say that that's 100% true, because say in my younger days, you know, in my teens, when I was just like super catty and stuff like that, you know, my dude, why are you looking at her? Why are you doing this? Now I'm like super chill, like, baby, you see that? Like, you know, appreciating if we got eyes, we gonna look. If I see a handsome dude, I'm gonna look. If you see a cute girl, you probably gonna look. But I probably look before you look. Like, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like, oh, just because you look, you're a cheater, you want to cheat on me, or you don't want to be with me. You know, we just appreciate beautiful things. So in my younger years, I could have been more catty, but now I'm just like, I'm just chill. So she's 26, he's 27, I believe. She's 26, he's 27. So I don't know. It says a 4-month inquiry into the death of Christian led to the arrest on the afternoon of August 10th, which was kind of recently. April, May, June, July, August. Okay. So that's why it's kind of been like, what's happening? The model's defense attorney, Frank, who mentioned that Courtney had been in rehabilitation for substance abuse, we still don't know, and post-traumatic stress disorder in Hawaii, according to Miami, conferred that the arrest of the model, who was thought to be suicidal after killing and had previously spent time in a mental institution. Okay. I'm completely startled, especially considering that we were helping with the inquiry and that we offered to voluntarily turn her up if she was charged, he declared. So, because I'm reading this like a slow person. So basically, he's like saying basically he feels dumb for saying, okay, yeah, I'll turn her up, whatever. We look forward to clearing her name in court, he continued. Courtney, also known as Courtney Taylor, but that's her name, Courtney Taylor Clenney, is reported being held at East Hawaii Detention Center and will appear in court on August 11 at Halo District Court. So this is them looking all cutesy. We see, you know, cutesy. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I need to see more of the autopsy reports, more of the facts of what happened that day. Yes, we see the what is it called? Okay, I actually want to watch that before we watch the. I want to watch the elevator incident before we watch the press release. So let me pull that one up real quick.
Yo, Naomi, I'm finna get waves.
I liked when your hair was like that. What? I don't know. Like you go through your phases. You're like, okay, I want dreads. I want this. I want that. I want this. I told you what I wanted to come fix for you. It's like, you know.
Come fix it.
I will when I come out there. Yeah. 420, what's up? Like, we need to start planning this because I don't want to go out there. Do you guys have full-on winters?
No.
Or nah?
It's cold like 2 weeks out of November. And then
So it's all up to 420 because, he has stuff going on. I hope this is not going to play a commercial, but I'm going to try to play just this elevator incident.
I wouldn't have got in the damn elevator with that crazy ass.
I know. Look.
I would have walked away when she slammed it.
Wait, homegirl. Whoa, she scared me. Wait a minute. Whoa. You telling me she couldn't defend herself?
Apparently not.
When you're mad, I'm 4'11". When I'm mad, I got some strength about me that I don't even realize till I wake up the next morning like, I did that. You know what I'm saying? She's upset. He didn't even come in there. She's banging on the thing. Watch. She walks in. It ain't giving her whatever she wanted.
I think she tried to close the elevator door on him.
Maybe. But why was she on the numbers and not at the bottom? But it don't look like he's trying to do nothing to her.
He's trying to hold her.
Like, if anything, it looks like he's trying to get out. Look, he's trying to flash them at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. So as a man, if this is being done to you, men in the building, if this is being done to you, not necessarily in the elevator cameras, but at your house, and it's a woman of her stature, not because I know I've seen some women I've seen this was it a Facebook or a Instagram? I don't know, but she was bigger than her dude. He was skinny, slim, but she was thick and a little bit bigger than him. But she would just manhandle him. But if it was this type of situation, how would you restrain her? Would you try to knock her out? Would you try to hold her? Like, how would you restrain her in this type of situation? Because I'm trying to make sense of some of the things some guys say. And at his stature and her stature, would you knock her out cold and just have her bleeding on the floor? Like, what would you do?
I've been in situations where women,
guys here. Y'all need to click in. Like, what's up?
I've been in situations where women were angry, like swinging and stuff. I did what I've always done as a kid.
Link in the chat. Go ahead.
I did what I've always done. Is my mic not loud enough? Hold on. I'm not tripping. Give me
I can hear you.
I know you can hear me. I'm just saying. I don't think my mic be having that.
He wasn't even going for her. Like, she literally, you see where she grabs his hair and grabs his bun and pull it. Now, if he were to grab her hair and pull it, it would have been, ah!
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so what I was saying, no, yeah, exactly. I don't think he was trying to hurt her. Damn, bro, I was gonna say something profound. Anyways, I've been in situations where women were mad and shit. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds like a miracle, but you can walk away from a lot of shit. Like when she was slamming the thing, I would have been out of that situation.
He didn't even come in the elevator with her, right? Dip. And you know what she would have probably did? I'm just saying in my little crazy mind. Because if you were to come in there with me and I'm already turned up, I might have just been like, get out of here. If I didn't want you to go in there. But if you just dipped off, I probably would have been doing all that. And I would have, if you walked away, I'd be like, babe, where are you going? Because you know we be crying wolf. You know we be crying wolf.
Maybe.
When they act like we so mad, we ain't mad. Well, we may be mad, but I'm saying.
But she killed that man, so that's something different.
Way different. Way different.
You know,
the only way. I don't even want to have to be in a position to have to kill nobody.
But listen,
I would literally have to be in a position to where, because I'll fight out of a situation, but to where I feel like I don't know what else to do. Like I either can't breathe, like something to where I have to do what I have to do. Because I mean, if someone's doing something to you, we're girls, we could scratch, we could bite, but if that's not like helping, you may need to stab a person or shoot a person. But I just think with stabbing, that's more a one-on-one thing. So you may stab and stop, like, oh my God, I stabbed them. I'd probably freak out. Shooting, now when I think of stuff like that, I don't really know how guns work. But I'm saying if you are like scared for your life, shut up, yeah, you do. But if you're scared for your life, I don't know how like automatic, semi-automatic, round, right?
What's that?
Rifle. What's the other thing? Revolver. I don't know how they eject the bullets. So if it's something like a I don't know. If I'm scared, I might be like shh and hold it and shoot. But if it's something that's just like a boom, I may be like boom, boom. But people that be like boom, 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 empty the clip, stop. That doesn't make sense. Unless they're like Superman still coming after you, I can see somebody like keep shooting. But if you shoot someone and they go down, there's no reason to empty a clip on somebody, especially when they're down on the floor. Nothing like that. Like, it's just to stop the threat. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like if he was already like, whoa, babe, like already on the ground, that gives her time to run, not to come over him and stab. Now, if she had to like fight him and then he fell and she stabbed him and ran off, that's different. But if it's going to come out that she stabbed him more than once, I don't know. But if the defense is going to say, oh, just because he was in a defensive mode and she stabbed means it was all her, I wouldn't agree with that. Because say my attacker's on me, right? And I find a way to manipulate the situation to get on top of him and just stab and run, that's different. Now, if I just keep stabbing, it would have to be something to where I know if I do not eliminate this threat, more is going to come. You know what I mean? There's different things to come, but I don't really agree with how the system thinks about everything because you have to be in the mind of that person at the time.
But he's a big dude. He's a real big dude.
He's a big dude. So if she stabbed him once while she was able to get on top of him or something like that, cool. But if there's more to the story, I don't know how I could feel about it.
Yeah, I think given his personality, he was probably thinking, you know, this will do it. And then maybe she hit something. She could have hit the neck or something. She hit something vital to slow him down and stop him from defending himself to the point where she could kill him.
Aaron, can you just pop up here? Because I don't know what you're talking about. Pop up here. I put the link in the chat.
You did have a situation with the ex-girlfriend way back. You? Who's you? You? What did he say? Let me read it.
You, him, who, hi, who. Pop up here. You could pop up on your little tramps.
Wow.
Your little tramps YouTube. You can pop up here. Don't be scared.
Damn.
And if you're scared, then I need you to get up off of YouTube.
That's how you feel now? What do you say? He said you didn't have
do you ever see Naomi not speak what's on her mind? If he's scared of this little tramp hoe, drug addict, move, then he don't even need to be over here because
you hating on Aaron? Why are you hating?
Huh?
You hating on Aaron because he got a love life?
This is Aaron Collins.
That's what I'm saying. You saying he got some tramp?
Misunderstood boo.
Okay.
This is misunderstood boo that I was saying she was gonna have her daughter around him, and I didn't know. This is the whole thing Henny Wise posted. If you don't know about it, now we know. I don't care. But he was trying to be little Mr. Spy Guy in our backyard for her for a period of time. So he's her little ass kisser. He like spreads them. So
see,
I don't mind it. I mean, do what you got to do to get where you want to get in this clout chasing business. But I'm not a part of that. I do me, and that's that. So I'm gonna speak it where it needs to be spoken.
Yeah.
Let's continue this.
Tell him now. I'll be right back.
Let's play this full on out. Go ahead. He's trying to defend himself. Like what? But this is here. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors, honestly. Whoa, 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 whoa. What was that little piece? Hold on. Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait. Hold on. Okay, boom. Okay, he's holding her arms. Boom. She tried to swing at him again. He pushed her away. He's trying to get out. He pushed her away. He's seen her coming again. He's trying to push her away, trying to stop her, push her away. Okay. Trying to push her away, Keep her away. Okay. Yeah, she's doing a lot. Bam, bam, bam. I wish we could have that elevator clip. I mean, on the outside of the elevator. That would have been nice to have the outside of the elevator. So, I mean, y'all, this is just nasty, disgusting. I wish no one had to deal with that type of situation. Hold on, where did my video go? Oh, here we go. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, here's the official. This is what I was trying to bring up, the official one. Okay, let me pause it for y'all. So here's the official press release that I just want to set in stone before I pop off. If anybody has anything to say about this, last time I'm dropping the link in the chat. Pop up by the end of this. We can have our discussion and we gonna be out. We're gonna be out of here. Okay, let's see what this says before I do it. I don't know what you're talking about here. I mean, okay. We could get on that, but not on here, Aaron. Okay, hold on, Aaron. I'm gonna start this up. If you have something to say that's on topic, you can talk about it. But if not, you're gonna have to hold that for backyard time. And I will be starting up my membership. So for members only, when we get off our lives and we have backyard time and we get to talk in our little, you will be able to come into the members only backyard and be able to, talk about whatever we talk about as us YouTubers. That's going to be top tier for that part of it though. So here we go. Is it up here? Okay, no, it's not. Hold on, Aaron. I'm gonna allow you to say something real quick if it's on topic. Hey, Aaron, how are you? Did you have anything to say on topic?
Yeah, what's up, man?
After?
Yeah, I was answering your question. You asked what would the guys do if we were in a situation with that dude.
You're very muffled. Hello?
Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Kinda, yeah, but you're a little bit muffled, but go ahead.
I'm standing outside, I'm at work, but I'll try to be as loud. I was just answering your question. You asked what would any of us do, us guys do if we were in that situation.
I honestly forgot. Okay, after this, I can't hear you. So after this, okay, so let me play this because I cannot understand. All right, here we go. Let's play.
These people are pissing me off. Dumb shit.
You asked them to come up, Naomi.
I did, but I mean, I can't understand him. So what am I gonna
Well,
do?
maybe he wasn't ready. You kept telling him, and he just came up to oblige you.
Hold
So
up.
now you telling him to shut up.
Hold up. He could wait. I don't care. He could wait because I already know what he was doing. I don't care what you're talking about. He could wait. So I'm gonna ask one more time. If I can understand, I can understand. Just to be nice, because Preachy's trying to make it a nice situation. But if I can't understand, I can't understand. I'm hearing motorcycles. I'm hearing all kinds of stuff in the background. My channel. I could do what I want. What are you saying, Aaron?
Spice.
I was answering your question. You asked what would any of us do if we were in that situation. I said I would have tried to keep her at bay as best as I could. And then I was talking about a situation, a real life situation.
If I could clear it up, you said if you were in this situation where that person was doing all that stuff, you would try to keep it at bay.
I would try to keep her at bay. Yeah, she was attacking me.
Okay, that's my big question. Okay, let me take this off here real quick. So what do you mean at bay though? That's my thing. Like, so I mean, how would you restrain what's going on is my question. I think I'm asking because what is at bay? How would you keep it at bay if this person is attacking you as we're seeing it in this elevator? And then this is just in the elevator. She knows she's in public. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors. So what do you mean? How would you keep this at bay?
Well, if I couldn't keep her, I would try to restrain her as best as I could, because obviously he couldn't get far. He was still in the elevator with her. So I would try to restrain her as best as I could.
So would you keep pushing her like he did, or would you do more of a like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, so I just want to know what would you do to stop this threat? Because him pushing her away is not stopping it. So what would you do as a man in your, don't say your age, but just say the bracket, like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, or if you know what I mean, middle age. What?
I would try to push her away as best as I could.
Saying, are you in your 20s? I know you're not in your 20s, but 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. You know what I'm saying? What bracket are you in?
I'm north of the 20s.
Huh?
I'm north of 20. I'm north of the 20s.
You're in your 30s.
Well, I'm not in the 30s either.
Okay, are you in your 40s? Are you in 50s?
Late 40s.
Late 40s. Okay. So I'm in my mid 30s. Okay. So we know she's 26. Say you are in your, don't say you're in your mind now. Say you're in your 27-year-old mind. What would you have done? Think of you in your 27-year-old mind. What would you have done to calm her down in the elevator situation? Because after this, I'm going to ask you about the other situation. So what would you have done in the elevator situation? So you see her banging on it before you come in, banging on the screen, and you come in and she automatically starts attacking you. What would you do in your 27-year-old mind?
I would have probably tried to get back off the elevator and go somewhere and leave in the elevator. That's probably what I would have tried to do. Exactly. If I could get the door open.
Exactly what Preach said. But he's seen her banging before he even walked in. It's okay. You're already in the elevator. Maybe you thought you could have calmed her down. And she's constantly swinging. Would you have just pushed her into the wall, or would you try to put her in like a hold, or what would you have done to alleviate that situation?
I would probably try to push her up against the wall and then just hit any random button and then got off the elevator at that floor. Even if it wasn't my floor.
He said, I'm getting off on any floor. I don't care what it is. I'm pressing to one another. I'm out of here. Okay. So with that being said, so now they said this is like 4 years, 3-4 months ahead, right? Okay, you on camera, let me pop up. This is like 3-4 months ahead, right? or behind, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. So you guys are getting into an altercation and she's coming at you with a knife. How would you de-escalate that situation to where you're not losing your life now?
Well, in that case, I probably wouldn't be trying to restrain her. Of course, a situation like that did happen to me a long time ago, and we were in close quarters, so I had to, at that point, and I didn't want to do it, but I had to put her on the floor.
Up. Now I'm listening. So you have to do what you have to do, right?
Right.
And this is why I feel like he wasn't so aggressive, because if he sees her erratic, just right. Then he sees her with a knife. I don't know how many plunges. I'm trying to get the transcript on how many stabs, autopsy report. Haven't been able to get that yet. We'll see. But if there's more than one stab, like even if he was in a defensive mode, I still feel like he could have, like, as big as he is, charged her, got stabbed somewhere else. But it says the shoulder, and we don't know if it was from the front part of the shoulder, top part, but it's in a downward position. So, I just feel like, I don't know. I just don't see him being that type of person, but I wasn't there, so I don't know. So we're going to take a look at, hey, Jeanette. Hey, John. Hey, John Columinati. Hey, Jeanette. Saying hello to John, of course. Yes. So if you guys want to pop up, I'll do this once more, because I don't know how often it goes out, because I know when I'm on people's chat, I'm like, where's the link? There we go. You guys can pop in on this conversation, but I'm going to play this, but I will be willing to stop it in wherever I need to stop it. All you got to do is be like, hey, Naomi. But this is going to be the full press conference. So let's take a look at this.
Good afternoon, everyone. Every act of violence in a relationship is always an act of domestic violence. Those words, domestic violence, should have a decidedly ugly feel to them. Domestic violence is something I and our entire Miami-Dade community has worked hard to end. Understand the pain and the tragedy that domestic violence has always produced for the direct victims and for the indirect victims, such as children. That is why I'm proud to have originally created Florida's first felony domestic violence unit and have developed a basic prosecutorial approach aimed at combating domestic violence that is now used by prosecutors throughout Florida. Pain created by domestic violence is stunningly apparent when it leads to a tragic death of one of the partners. Violence brings us directly to the reason we are here today, which is the killing of Christian Ombumseli on April 3rd, 2022. He died in Unit 2201 of a residence located at 3131 Northeast 7th Avenue in the city of Miami. We are charging 26-year-old Courtney Taylor Clenney with one count of second-degree murder in Christian's death. She has been taken into custody in Hawaii. She has not yet been brought to court for a hearing, but when she does go for a hearing, she will at that time have the option to either waive or contest extradition. It is our understanding that her lawyers has stated that she will waive extradition. In the meantime, my extradition division has been working with the Hawaiian authorities, the U.S. Marshals, and the Miami-Dade Police Department to ensure a smooth process if she does decide to waive. If she contests extradition, the law requires her to be held in Hawaii with no bond.
Okay, so I stepped out for a second to go. I started cooking. Again, guys, don't even judge me because this is my second set of stitches. From the other night, I went to the emergency room. They put stitches. Well, not stitches. I'm sorry. I was scared to get the stitches because I didn't want them to stick me with the lidocaine and be able to stitch it. So I was like, please. So they bonded it with glue and then put steri tape strips over it. And in my sleep, it busted open. So my whole bed is destroyed with blood everywhere. So I had to go back and they did it again. And so I'm trying to baby it now because I really don't want to get the actual stitching. But I'm cooking again, y'all. Anyway, I don't know. I was chopping something up and I flipped what I was doing to my other because I was on the phone. I started chopping and just chopped my freaking finger off. But anyway, with what's being said right now, because I walked out, do you guys have any comment? Boys. Hey, Net. How are you, Net?
Good. How are you?
Awesome and amazing. How are you?
My bad.
Oh wait, we got people back on screen. You know I like the ones that are on screen. Right there. So, Net, how are you feeling about this? Because I haven't heard about you in the first subject or this, and you're normally the person that has an input on things. Net, are you there? Jeanette?
I am, but it's my internet just immediately started buffering.
Oh, we can hear you though.
Okay.
Oh my God. Have you seen us podcast? Hey, how are you? Hey, Trina, I am in ICU. I had colon cancer. I love you. I love you too. My sister had breast cancer. I have a cousin with colon cancer. I want to let you know that this is not nowhere of that I don't know because even before I was in 2009, my cousin first told me about it. But he had it before it, but they told him he only had a couple of years. He's still alive to this day. So just know that that's something that can keep you going. And just feel free to reach out. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Aww. Don't know who this is, but cancer gets to me like no other. Seeing what my sister went through, I'm gonna say she's very strong because she went through having it, remission, not remission. And then I don't know if she was lying or not. But in the last days, I just know my sister didn't even know who I was because I would come and bring her mail and she's like she want to cuss me out type thing. I was just like, oh no. But she knew where someone, I don't know. I literally drove off of maybe 2 hours of sleep in between, but from California to Alabama. And we know that's 2.5 days, 2 days to drive. I only got 2 hours. I slept before, and then I drove 12 hours. I slept probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I drove the rest of the way just to be able to be at my sister's funeral. Okay, it is. Miss Veronica, I thought it was. You changed your name. When are you going to pop up on here and make I got to talk to you because I want you to make a little clip of a video to where people can see what you're doing. So I told you to do it just as short, but put as much information as you can, even if it's 30 seconds to a minute. and just push them out. Push them out. We need to talk so I can help you push those out. So you could pop up, Miss Veronica. I've been trying to get a hold of you. I don't know what's up, but pop up. Anyway, so let's continue to keep this going. And let's listen.
Hey, Naomi. Hey, I gotta get back to work. Listen, I'll talk to y'all if you still on there. Number.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
Where you working at now, Aaron? You still doing security?
Yeah, that's what I am, but I'm not at the company I was at before. I gotta let go of that company. I've been through
You're so muffled. You said you're at the company you were at before?
No, I gotta let go of that company. I'm with a different company though.
Okay.
But I'm doing something. I'm doing some security on something I'd rather be on anyway. I'm on movie sets and stuff.
You're on what stuff?
Movie sets.
Movie sets and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually these last few months I've been dealing with a lot of other issues. I've been out of town and all that. I definitely gotta fill you in on some stuff, but it's all love though.
Yeah, cause I don't know where you at, what you on it. But you know I'm not feeling a lot of stuff you got going on, and you know I'm gonna just keep it 100% with you. But I feel like you want some weird shit with that other one. But I don't listen. I don't stop relationships with anybody else. Me, we are all grown people. Just like how people be like, oh, you're a mod for this person. You can't be a mod for this person. You could be a mod for me all day. I don't care if you're a mod for my enemy. You start playing and I see a little sus things going on. You're out of here. But other than that, if you can separate, whatever, I have no problem with it. But I'm very cautious about things. And I see that you're very sus and you're very... So we gonna have to talk.
Yeah, I mean,
you already know what's up. I caught you up on some stuff to where you was like you zipped it up real quick, and I could bring it up to you personally to you, and not bring it on here because things that I deal with is not content. Everybody wants to make everything content. It's not content. If I have something personal with you, it's me and you. So what everybody's saying with you and your little hot seat chick, me and her stuff is content. No, it's not. Clout chasing. No, it's not. Because I never want no clout chasing from no junkie, no horrible ass mom that don't deserve to even have a fucking womb. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not, I'm not that type of person to even go after. So if you want to come at me on some respectful, real type, not acting like you don't understand what you was doing, it's okay. But if you're gonna act like you don't know what you were doing, then that's when me and your conversation will end, because I know where you came in at. Understand?
Yeah, I got you.
Understand?
Yeah. You hear me?
All right, so go ahead and do what you was doing. All right. Okay, so Miss Veronica's trying to pop up. Let's continue this.
And my office would then seek an arrest warrant from the governor's office to bring her back.
At this time, all the necessary steps are being taken as we speak for her return to Miami to be held accountable for this murder. With me today are the City of Miami Police Chief Manny Morales, who all of us know does excellent work for our City of Miami. His Assistant City of Miami Police Chief Armando Aguilar to his left. I want to thank both of them and their department for the professional diligence that they exhibited in this case and for the partnership that we share. We have Gaddy Serralta, who is a U.S. Marshal of the Southern District of Florida. You all know he stood here many times by the side of those of us in law enforcement. He's always an extraordinary partner with all of us in law enforcement, who, by the way, in this case, overcame a number of challenges to secure this arrest. Marshal Serralta, he's right behind me. Gaddy Serralta played a pivotal role in connecting our law enforcement officers with the West Coast U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force to ensure that Courtney, Clenney, who was over 4,700 miles away from Miami, will be able to stand before a judge here in Miami and face these charges. I'm very proud of Assistant State Attorney Khalil Queenan, who's right here, this young man in the blue suit, who is also a member of our gun violence initiative. He is on this case, has been from the beginning. Thank you very much for your diligent work. And to his left is a very wonderful veteran homicide prosecutor, she's my Chief Assistant State Attorney, Kathleen Hope. Thank you very much. They have been heading up this investigation, and they will handle this case in the courts from this point forward. To my right, we have the very distinguished attorney, Larry Hanfield, who is the attorney for the family of Christian Obumseli. And he has brought with him his clients, Christian's brother, Jeffrey Obumseli, to his right, and his cousin, Karen Ebuna, who is the beautiful woman standing to their right. They're all here today to, all of us in law enforcement, want to express to you, as family members, our deepest sympathies for this tragic murder of your loved one. I also would like to thank and express my gratitude to the law enforcement community in Hawaii for their assistance in this matter, specifically the Hawaiian County Police Department and the Hawaiian County Prosecutor's Office. So let's talk about this case. The Chief Medical Examiner of Miami-Dade County determined that Christian's cause of death was a stab to the chest. Christian was stabbed as the knife punctured the subclavian artery in his right chest. If you look over here for just a second to either one of these screens, you will see get a good idea of how large the subclavian artery is within the human heart. The chief medical examiner further determined that the knife entered Christian's chest in a downward angle to the depth of 3 inches. In other words, the medical examiner has indicated that the fatal knife wound which entered Christian's chest was the result of a forceful downward thrust penetrating to the depth of over just 3 inches into that artery you just saw. You'll see there on those screens on either side how deep that 3 inches is. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it was certainly enough to kill. This homicide has gained some notoriety since the defendant, Clenney, is an internet social media personality and influencer under the name of Courtney Taylor. Evidence gathered during the investigation of Christian's death showed that since November of 2020, he and the defendant, Clenney, had been involved in an extremely tempestuous and combative relationship. As an example, it was learned that the security and building staff at the Miami apartment documented many incidents of loud arguments between the couple after they moved into the building in January of 2022. Tenants as far as 2 floors above, in an apartment 2 floors above, were making complaints to security and building management about the noises and the ruckus. This problem had the building management moving toward evicting the couple from the building because of these many noise complaints. From the apartment elevator building, you will see that on February 21st, 2022 incident, a month after the couple moved into the building. So let's play that video if we could now. If you look at either screen, we'll now see the video.
Naomi. Naomi.
You can see, you'll draw your own conclusion, but it certainly appears that the defendant was aggressively attacking Christian.
Uh-oh.
Such interactions caused
Yes. Hold on, let me pause it because I'm like trying to do surfer science. What's up, love?
Do you hit on men like that? I'm just asking.
Like
Do you
what?
do that?
Like how?
Like how she was hitting them in the elevator. Do you do that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was younger, hell yeah. I was very aggressive. I was very insecure. I was very did not know my worth, but at the same time, I didn't start off like that. Hold on, let me come on camera so it's not like I'm like just talking to you. I didn't start off like that. I was very submissive in the beginning of dealing with men, you know? I was, before even being intimate with men, I was a tomboy. Like I told you, Chucks, Vans, Dickies, wife beaters. I wasn't in no skirts or nothing like that. Like my mom introduced that to me, like skirts and like being a little. So with dealing with men, I was kind of just like, okay, whatever. But when I didn't get my way, I was very handsy, very catty, very handsy. Now, no, it's just like it is what it is. Like either we're good or we're not. But in my like earlier years, yeah, very handsy, very irrational, just thinking it's all about me type deal. But it was also, I think, from a lot of the abuse I was dealing with as well. I was dealing with a lot of abuse. So it was kind of like me lashing out towards it when I was in public. But if I was behind closed doors, I was a peeping mouse. But if I'm in public, I know I'm going to just be, because I'm trying to get seen, you know? But and behind closed doors, I'm getting, you know, whatever happens, you know? So that's kind of how it was for me. Now I'm just not going for none of that shit. Just red flag done, red flag done, red flag done. Because I just don't feel like I need anybody immediately right there, right now. I'm just doing me because I've always been in long-term relationships. You know what I'm saying? So I never really had time to be single. From the moment of me being finally submitting and being intimate with a male, I immediately reclused and didn't want to deal with anyone else. I was just like, nope. It was just only this one person. And so when I had to come kind of out of my shell, I just didn't know how to deal with it. And so I always got into 3 long relationships. 3? Yeah, it was 3 long relationships. And then now I've been single. For the time I've been single, this shit. Do what I want to do, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily sexual wise, but just not have to answer to anybody. I'm not, people get the wrong idea about me because of my history and think, oh, I'm a super sexual person when I'm not. Hold on, let me go check on this spot. Hold on, let me go.
What's up, people? Hit the like button or just come on the panel and speak your mind. Engage in the chat. Just don't be trolling me. I don't feel like being trolled today. Y'all been up to, man? What y'all got going on? Tomorrow's Friday. It's gonna be pretty fucking chill. What y'all got planned for the weekend? I'm gonna be eating and sleeping. I'll start going back to the gym. I'll start working out again. I was doing some research. I was looking at other shit. We're gonna be back.
You silent, preach? Preach, you can't be up here and be silent. Like, what?
I was talking. I was finna talk for like 10 minutes. I didn't know how long you was gonna be gone.
You said what?
I know how long you was gonna be
It was
gone.
gonna be too long. Like I was just gonna mix in.
I was talking for a little while. I just
His
stopped talking a
macaroni
little
and
minute ago.
cheese. He got his green beans. I got his beans and ham hocks. He about to be good because that's about to be all done. He said he wanted cornbread, but I was like, look, babe, you gonna have to chill. You could get biscuits, but I can't mix no cornbread right now. So okay, let's continue this. Let's continue.
In their relationship, including the last week of March 2022, when Clenney expelled Christian from the apartment. This occurred while Clenney's mother, Deborah Clenney, who was in town and staying in the apartment. Defendant Clenney and Christian then rekindled their relationship on.
Can I say something? I know people might get a little bit upset. Does it sound like she's a little bit slurring her words? Like she's a little bit under the influence? Because I'm like, it seems like, or do I have it on? Wait, hold on. I might have it on slow. Hold on. No, I can't do that on here. So she just sounds a little, okay, never mind.
Friday, April 1st,
2022.
Maybe she's just trying to be articulate.
Left to go home to Texas. At that time, Christian moved back into the apartment. Arguments began almost immediately, with police responding to the apartment. Police reported that Clenney appeared intoxicated when she was contacted on the evening of April 1st, 2022. This was 2 days before the homicide. On Sunday,
2 days.
April 3rd, 2022, the day of Christian's death, events started peacefully, with the couple filming themselves with their dogs in the apartment. A key fob for the records showed that Christian left the apartment at 1:15 p.m. and returned about 3 hours later at 4:32 p.m.
Okay.
With sandwiches that he had bought for both of them. So what we've done here now, if you look at the screen, you'll see there a timeline. While you look at it, I'm going to try to go through it because the timing is very important to understand in this case. So at 4:01, Clenney called Christian.
Okay.
And she goes live on Instagram. And then,
so this is what I'm trying to say. Hold on, I got helicopters flying by. But this is what I'm trying to say. If she was ever bruised or beaten or black dyed or any of that, unless he's just like strictly sticking to her legs or whatever where she can't show, she's on Instagram or wherever she's at a lot, live streaming. So we would see something to indicate within these 2 years that he is the abuser. So let's see.
Then at 4:33 p.m., she called him again, shortly after posting the video. At 4:33 p.m., Christian walks into the apartment. 10 minutes later,
let me let you know. She says at 4 o'clock, basically, she goes live on Instagram. At 4:33 p.m., she calls him again shortly after posting the video. So he sees it uploads. Within that minute, within 60 seconds, he's walking into that apartment. What, babe? What's up? 10 minutes later, what happens? Let's see.
At 4:43 p.m., Clenney called her mother. That call lasted until about 4:49 p.m., just over 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
At 4:49, Clenney made a second call, almost immediately, to her mother. They spoke until 4:56 p.m., a little over 7 minutes.
So that's within a 10-minute span. Okay. And then right after that, a 911 call. So could she have possibly already stabbed him? As soon as he walks in the apartment, boom, she stabs him. Or attacks him, gets him on the floor, then stabs him. Calls her mom, Mom, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? This is me speculating.
4:57 p.m., Clenney calls 911. At 4:57, police officers exit the elevator at the unit. Christian's stabbing must have occurred between 4:33 p.m. when he returned to the apartment with the sandwiches, and at 4:57 p.m. when the
exactly what I'm just saying. It has to occur between 4:33 and 4:57 when she makes that first call. But I honestly think it occurs between 4:33 within that just to be safe, 4:49, because I really think it's 4:43 to 4:33 to 4:43 within that 10-second period. But I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt, and I believe in my mind it would happen between the 4:33 and the 4:49 period, where she's like, okay, trying to solidify it with mom's like, all right, I have to call 911 now. But let's see.
Defendant Clenney
called 911. Also, at the same time during that period of time, that being 4:33 p.m. to 4:57 p.m., neighbors began calling the building manager about a disturbance at the apartment. Security called 911 at 4:46, notifying them of the disturbance. 11 minutes later, at 4:57, defendant Clenney called 911 to tell the police that Christian was suffering from a stab wound and needed help. On that 911 call, Christian can be heard in the background repeatedly saying that he was dying and he was losing feeling in his arm. Defendant Clenney is also heard saying, "I'm so sorry, baby." In her telephone statement to the police on the date of the incident, Clenney's mother stated she heard her daughter yelling at Christian. Remember, she's on the phone with her, telling him to leave the apartment. And she heard defendant Clenney saying that Christian was lying. Later, in her what we call post-Miranda recorded statement to the police, defendant Clenney admitted to having caused Christian's injury, also provided several inconsistent accounts about the incident itself. After an argument, defendant Clenney claims and says that Christian shoved her against the wall by the neck, and although he did not actually choke her, then she says he threw her to the ground but allowed her to get up. And it was at that point that defendant Clenney went to a kitchen area and got the knife. As Christian sort of approached her, she threw the knife at him from a distance that she estimated to be about 10 feet. The police observed no visible injuries, which would have corroborated her account, and she had no injuries. In describing the stabbing incident, at no time did defendant Clenney claim Christian was armed with any type of a weapon. And based on the location of the stab of the wound, the medical examiner opined, in other words, it was her opinion, that throwing the knife from that distance would not have caused that fatal stab wound, but rather that it was a downward strike with a knife could have only caused that fatal stab to the artery that led to the Christian's bleeding. The violent and toxic 2-year relationship of Christian Obumseli and Courtney Clenney did not have to end in tragedy with Christian's murder as a victim.
Preach.
Yep.
Am I tripping, or is she talking very slow? And
she's talking very slow. I usually speed things up. This is killing me.
Because it seems like she's like, and if.
Yeah, this is why. Yeah, this is why I speed everything up.
I thought I was tripping, but I'm like, but how do I speed it up on here? Oh, wait, maybe here. Let me see if that works.
Personal relationships should never.
Because this should be normal, right?
And make no mistake
it's not loud enough. Turn it up.
No one should tolerate.
That's the loudest.
Men are often.
Okay.
Let me see.
Or of intimate violence, it is sometimes called. The sequence of domestic violence events can be broken, but it takes a first step. That first step needs to be taken. If anyone is caught in a domestic, dangerous, violent situation, please know that there's a strong, huge safety net of resources and shelters in this community that are available. If you are, of course, in an emergency situation, you've got to call 911, but you can also call your state attorney's domestic violence resource line. It's available 24/7, days a week at 305-547-0140. We can and we want to help. If you're in need of shelter or services, you can call Miami-Dade County Coordinated Victims Assistance Center helpline for assistance at 305-285-5900. and you'll see up on your screens, there is a QR code. Any one of you can just, whoever's watching this, you can just put your phone with the camera app right on that QR code. It will immediately go into a domestic violence resource line for you. So at this time, I'm going to ask our distinguished Chief of Police, Manny Morales, to come and say thank you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Good afternoon, everyone. This was an extremely difficult investigation, an extremely challenging situation to be in. I want to first give my condolences publicly to the Sally family. And I know it's kind of tough pill to swallow when it takes this length of time to try to bring justice, at least to this chapter of what is going to be a long saga. However, I do have to give credit to the men and women from the homicide unit that diligently worked the case. And I want to remind everybody out there, right, that whether it's domestic or any other type of violence, the Miami Police Department will not stand by on the sidelines. The Miami Police Department will come to the aid of the victims and do everything within our power to get justice for them. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank our partners at the U.S. Marshal Service that brought the defendant into justice. And we'll be here to support every step of the prosecution. And with capable personnel from the State Attorney's Office, we're looking forward to a successful prosecution of this case. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief. And at this time, we'd ask Larry Hanfield to please say a few words on behalf of the family. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Ambaselli family, Jeffrey and Karen, who flew in from Dallas and Houston, Texas, respectively, this is a day that they only hope for. It's very, very sad, and they are dealing with the pain as we speak. But I want to personally thank the State Attorney's Office, Kathy Fernandez-Rundle, who is a tremendous treasure to this town, for once again showing the type of leadership for every citizen from Miami-Dade County, and the leadership of the City of Miami Police Department for their commitment to bringing this day into reality, as well as the U.S. Marshal's Office for bringing to justice the arrest of the defendant. We always believed that with a thorough and fair investigation that this day would come into reality. This is such a relief for the family, but it gives restored hope that even though delayed, justice will still come. On behalf of Cedric Johnson, who's part of our investigative team, Kathleen Hogue, Chief Assistant State Attorney, and Kalia, we are very indebted to the commitment, the hard work that was done by your staff for making this day of justice a reality, and a commitment to all the citizens to Miami-Dade County. The family will not be entertaining any questions. If you have any concerns, you can direct those questions to me. But on behalf of the family, I truly want to say thank you for bringing hope and seeing that justice was done. And that's all anyone can ever ask for and expect. And thank you so much, Kathy, for doing what you've always doing, for making the citizens of Miami-Dade County very proud of you.
Thank you, Larry Hanfield. You're always the true consummate gentleman and professional. It's always a pleasure to work with you. So with that, we'll take questions in English, then we'll break down and we'll go into Spanish. So questions.
Clenney's attorney said yesterday in a statement that they were working hand in hand with the office. He was disappointed in the way that she was acting while she was doing that, and that you noticed that she was has she been cooperative?
You know, I truly understand Mr. Prieto's feelings on that, because when we feel it's safe and appropriate in cases, we do work with the defense to surrender their clients. This was a little more unusual, though, in the sense that she was far away. And I'm told that she was on a remote island. So as much as we would have liked to have done that, we felt that the prudent thing to do, that the right thing to do, was to go and get her and secure her presence. Now as we move forward, we'll be as cooperative as we possibly can, and I hope that she will and he will with us.
Two things.
Hi, Raj.
Number one, was she on the phone with her mom at the time of the fact?
We believe that she was.
The second thing is that video that you played.
The elevator. Yes.
Describe the significance of that video, because we may have some say, what does that really show? It was 5 weeks beforehand, but what is the significance of that?
Well, remember, the video is not in isolation, because you have a lot of folks that live in the building. You have a lot of documentation from the building management, security folks. The video, we felt, was just a very descriptive way to show what the relationship was and who was the aggressor. Also, I mean, you come to your own conclusions, all of you will, the public will, the jury will, as to what they saw in that video. But we thought that was a significant reflection of what everyone was telling the police, and everyone was a very combative, it was a domestic violence relationship.
Yeah. Describe to us what might have been some of the factors that contributed to not initially arresting her off the bat. We knew about the problems in the building. We heard about the complaints, the neighbors, the loud fighting, whatever it was that she said when the police got there, and blood all over the house. So why does it take this long for there to be an arrest?
Yeah, I believe that up to my police professionals as to why they did that, and we did do a warrant, but I believe a lot of it may have had to do with the gathering all of that information, and reading it and having copies, and then getting the medical examiner's report. But do you have a better answer than I do?
Our detectives know that sometimes you only get one shot, and you want to get it right, because we want to make sure that we do everything right by the book to ensure the family gets the justice they deserve. So as you're reviewing it, you have only one side, and the definitive evidence is coming from the medical examiners, the subpoenas that we get from the phone, the conversation, the texts. That video was not initially available to us. So as we begin to put the case, we know that we have to put a comprehensive case, bring it to the state attorney's office with something that's solid to pursue a charge, especially in a murder case.
Lastly, and I understand how sensitive this all is to everybody involved, and about the great work that's been done by everybody standing there. The family and Ellen, to your immediate right, and family members complained to us that they had to learn about this death through the medical examiner's office and not the Miami Police Department. Can you explain that?
Absolutely, and my apologies to the families for learning about the horrific act that happened to one of their family members from the medical examiner, not us. Our homicide detectives contacted a local department in Texas to have an individual in person from a law enforcement agency be the one to deliver the news. Anytime that we have a homicide standard operating procedure to make contact in person, when we're talking about the death of someone, you don't want to get a phone call. So we reached out to that department, and it got lost in the transfer of information. And before we were able to send the local department to contact the family to put them in touch with us to deliver the news, they were reached out by the medical examiners. El español viene después.
Clenney lied about throwing a knife in the medical examiner's office. The second thing is that she lied about being thrown to the ground. Is that accurate to say?
So yes, there's no physical evidence that led us to believe that she was actually physically harmed in any way the day of the incident.
My question would be for you, Mary. From a family perspective,
What happened? Naomi.
I don't know. Why does it pause like that? Hold on. I guess it's the ending.
It's over.